Hi everybody, hope you're having a great day today. I'm Chef Tucker, and we're coming into soup season. One of my favorite seasons, absolute favorite season, is fall. So I'm real excited for the next few weeks, few months, before we crash into winter and then it all comes crumbling down. But while the leaves are changing and it's getting darker a little earlier, let's make a soup that's comforting and absolutely delicious and filling. We're going to be making a stuffed cabbage soup. And all we got is a few simple ingredients to go over and throwing everything into a pot. Soups are wonderful, they're easy. So let's look at our mise en place. So, we have ground beef, beef broth, diced celery, diced onion, garlic, dry uncooked rice, sliced cabbage, tomato sauce, petite diced tomatoes, Worcestershire sauce, thyme, paprika, bay leaf, and dill. And that's it. Now let's go ahead over to the stove and throw everything in a pot and make something delicious. We have our pot heating up. I'm going to throw in a little oil just to help us get started. And in goes our ground beef. And we're just looking to brown this right now. If you want to get really crazy with this, switch out your ground meat to chicken, to pork. Pork would be wonderful. Or even sausage. That'd add a whole new level. Just get some nice, maybe Italian ground sausage, or even just some country ground sausage. Like I said, this step is pretty simple, pretty straightforward. It's just browning the meat. You're just going to keep cooking it and smashing it until there's no pink or red left. And then you're ready for the next step. Alright, so we got our ground beef browned. Next thing we're going to add is our celery, onion, and garlic. Just going to go straight in. And since this is a soup, we don't have to worry about like taking our onion or our celery to a certain area where it's, oh, they're translucent or anything like that. Just get it in there and get it aromatic, get it all working together. This is where I'm going to start adding my seasonings. I got dill, probably about a teaspoon. Paprika, about a teaspoon. And then some dried thyme leaves. You can use fresh thyme leaves, but since this is a soup, they're going to soak up some of that liquid. Probably about a teaspoon of the thyme leaves. Next thing we're going to add is our tomato sauce. And our petite diced tomatoes. I'm going to add my Worcestershire sauce, and you just need a couple sprinkles. I like a little bit more, so I'm going to do probably a teaspoon. And we'll adjust it later if we want more, or if you want more, throw more in. You can also make this a little spicy by adding like some cayenne or something. Again, I'm just showing you guys the base recipe. You guys make it the way you want. Alright. That steam is smelling great, guys. A lot of those seasonings are just coming through. Alright, let's add our cabbage. Now the cabbage is going to cook down. It looks like a lot, but it's really not too bad. Like I said, it will cook down as we go. Alright. Then we're going to add our beef broth. We're going to give this a stir just so all of that cabbage gets kind of submerged. Gets all broken up and loosened up in there. Yeah, we got our bay leaf. In it goes. And one of the great things about soups is you can just put it all in something and just let it go and let it go. We're going to turn it up. We're going to get it to a simmer, and then we're going to let it cook until the cabbage is wilted. Probably going to be about 30 minutes, give or take. And we'll just let it simmer like that so the cabbage breaks down so it's not too crunchy when we bite into it. Then when we come back, we'll add our rice to it. All right, so it's been about 25-ish minutes. I know, real technical time, but like I said, the cabbage is soft, the onions are translucent. Now we're going to add our rice. Now, there's not quite enough liquid in here for the rice, so I'm going to add some water to it, and we'll adjust the seasonings a little bit. I'm putting about 2 cups of water in there. I put the dry rice, stir it in and bring it back to a simmer, and we'll come back. All right, so our rice is now fully cooked. And if it's not thin enough for you, it's not brothy enough, add a little bit more broth. But this is where we're going to hit it with some seasoning just to finish it up, our salt and pepper. Add as much as you want to taste. I'm going to start off with probably a tablespoon of salt and 2 teaspoons of pepper because I want to have a little bit of peppery bite since I didn't put any heat or spiciness to it. But mix all that in, give it a taste, and see where you're at. All right, so we have our soup done. Like I said, soup's one of my favorite foods just because it's nice, it's comforting, it warms you from the inside out. It smells great. I'm getting a lot of aromas from the paprika, from the cabbage, from the celery, from the beef. Good rainy day weather. So let's go ahead and give this a try. Phenomenal. Like I said, it's like the dish that it's based off of, stuffed cabbage rolls, just stuffed cabbage soup. Stretches a little bit farther. It's got tomato, it's got that nice acidity from that. The sweetness from the cabbage, the heartiness of the rice and beef. Absolutely fantastic. Now you may have to add some more water to this or some more broth after you're done cooking because that rice is going to keep soaking up that liquid, and just adjust your seasonings if you need to. Add a little bit more salt because if you've got a good base with the soup, just a few extra grains of salt here or there, that's going to make all the difference of just livening it back up, bringing all those flavors back to the forefront after you add some water to it. But I hope you guys get to try this. Like I said, I'm super excited for fall being here. I'm super excited to have soups again. So I hope you like this. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. Hope you get to try it. If you would, just like, share, comment, follow. All that good stuff helps me grow. And as always, thanks for cooking with me.